Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 8 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. And then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 8 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter functions. And the lessons we're going to cover today are functions. The lessons we're going to cover today are: does xy satisfy the linear function? Evaluate a nonlinear function. Find values using function graphs. Complete a table for a function graph. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Let's just start with the lesson: does xy satisfy the nonlinear function? So the first example is 3 6 a solution of the equation y equals negative 7x square plus 8x minus negative 4, right? So here is the pair of value. First value is x value and the second one is y value, right? So let's just replace the x and y in the equation with their values, right? Y is 6. So here you have 6 is equal to negative 7, x is 3 square, plus 8 again, x is 3 minus negative 4. You have to solve this equation. You have to see if both sides are exactly equal. So no, they are not equal. That means 6 is not equal to negative 35. So the point 36 does not satisfy the equation. Got it? Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, does the point 0, 0 satisfy the equation y equal negative 3x? So the point is 0, 0, right? That means x is 0, y is 0. The equation is y equals negative 3x squared. So just replace the equation with the 0, right? So 0 times negative 3 is 0. So 0 is equal, satisfy the equation. Got it? The correct option is option number 1 is the correct option. Does the point negative 2, negative 6 make the equation true? So let's just see if the point x is negative 2 and y is negative 6, right? So the equation is negative 6 equals negative 2 square plus 5 times negative 2, right? So negative 6 is 4 and 5 times negative 10, right? So negative 6 equals 4 times negative 10 is negative 6. So both sides are exactly equal, right? That means the point negative 2, negative 6 satisfies equation y equals x square plus 5x. The correct option is yes. Got it? The correct option is yes. Does the point negative 6 0 satisfy the equation? Let's just see. X is negative 6, y is 0. 0 equals negative 6 square minus 6, right? That is negative 36 minus 6. So negative 36 minus 30 minus 6 is negative 42. They are not equal, right? So the correct option is no. Negative 6 0 does not satisfy the equation. The 0, the no. Got it? Is the point 29 satisfied? Does the point 29 satisfy the equation, which is the correct option? Okay. X is 2, y is 9, right? So 9 equal 2 square minus 2 plus 7, right? So that is plus 2 plus 7. That is 9. 13. 9 is not equal to 13. So the correct option is no. 2 9 does not satisfy the equation. The correct option is no. Does the point 45 satisfy the equation, which is the correct option? The correct option is no. The point 45 does not satisfy the equation. So the correct option is no. Is 7 4 a solution to the equation, which is the correct option? Yes or no? The correct option is no. 7 4 is not a solution of the equation. The correct option is no. 7 4 is not a solution to the equation y equals 3x. Does the point 84 satisfy the equation y equals 2x? So which is the correct option? No. 84 is not the solution of the equation. The correct option is no. Does 30 makes the equation y equals 7x true? Which is the correct option? Does 30 makes the equation y equals 7x true? Which is the correct option? No, the correct option is no. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next one. The next lesson is evaluate a nonlinear function. Let's just start with the next lesson, that is evaluate a nonlinear function. Use the following function rule to find f of 1, which is the correct option. Let's just start with the first example function f of 1. So you are given a function 8 absolute value of x plus 1. You have to find f of 1. F of 1 means you need to replace 1 with, you have to plug in x equals 1 in the function. So replace the 1. F of 1 equals 8. 1 absolute value of 1 is 1. So 8 times 1 is 8 and 8 plus 1 equals 9. That means f of 1 equals 9. The correct option is f of 1 equals 9, right? Let's just start with the test questions. Use the following function rule to evaluate f of negative 6. Okay, so let's just evaluate f of negative 6. That means you need to plug in x equals negative 6 in the function, right? That is 6 and negative 6, right? So absolute value of negative 6 is 6. That means you have to do 6 times 6. And 6 times 6 is 36. So option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? The correct option is option 2. 36 is the correct option. Use the following function rule to find f of 6. So let's just evaluate f of 6. Right here you have f of 6 equals negative 11 minus 6 square. So minus 6 makes negative 17. You have to evaluate negative 17 square, right? So negative 17 square equals 289. Option number 1 is the correct option. So basically f of 6 equals 289. The correct option is option number 1. F of 6 equals 289. Use the following function rule to find f of 7. So which is the correct option? You can evaluate and write the answer in the chat box. So which is the correct option? The correct option is option number 1, that is f of 7 equals 121. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Use the following function rule to find f of 9. So which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? Option number 1 is the correct option, right? Use the following function rule to find f of 11. Which is the correct option? That is 242. Option number 1 is the correct option. Use the following function rule to find f of 11. So which is the correct option? Yes, that is option number 1 of 11 equals 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. Use the following function rule to find f of 9. So, which is the correct option? Option number 2 is the correct option. F of 9 equals 6 is the correct option. Use the following function rule to find f of 6. So, which is the correct option? Option number 1 is the correct option. F of 6 equals 256. So, option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is find values using function the lesson. Okay, let's just start simple. Plot the point on this function with an x value of 3. Okay, so you are given the graph, right? You have to find a value. You have to plot the point where x equals 3, right? So here is the x that equals 3, right? So you need to make a point on x equals 3, and then you have to match y value, axis, right? That means when x equals 3, y equals 6. Got it? You have to plot a point on the graph, then you have to match it to the y value. So when x equals 3, y equals 6. Got it? Okay, let's just start with the text question. Plot the point on this function with an x value of 7. So you have to see when x equals 7, which is the value of the, like which graph has plotted x equals 7. So here is 7, right? So here option number 1 is the correct option. Here is the point y equals 7, x equals 7 on the graph. The correct option is option number 1, because here is the point x equals 7 on the graph. If you see the second graph, let me just show you the other option. You can see if you plot x equals 7, but here is the point. This is not x equals 7, right? This is at x equals 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. You have to see which graph shows the point on x equals 7. So option number 1 is the correct option. Plot the point on the function with an x value of 5, which is the correct option. Here is the first graph, and here is the second one. No, 2. Option number 2 is the correct option. You can see here is the point on this point, just match it to the x-axis. So this point is at x equals 5. So option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? Plot the point on the function with x value of 7. So which is the graph on x value of 7? First option or the second one? Which is the correct option? Option number 2 is the correct option, right? Here is the point x equals 7 on the graph. So number 2 is the correct option. Plot the point on the function when with any value of 4. Like it may be x equals, or it may be y equals 4. So which is the correct option? Like either of them is 4. X is 4 or y is 4. Which is the correct option? The correct option is option number 2 is the correct option. You see here the y, here is the point 4 at equals 4, right? So option number 2 is the correct option. Plot the point on the function with an x value of 4. So which option is the correct one? Which function has the point on x equals 4, 1 or 2? Here is the first one. Here is the point, right? Just match it to the x-axis so that the point is at x equals 4, right? That means that is the correct option. But let's just look at the second one. Here is the point. Match it to the x-axis that on x equals 5, but y equals 4, right? So option number 1 is the correct option. Plot the point on this function with an x value of 8, which is the correct option. Option number 1 or option number 2? The correct option is option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Plot the point on this function with an x value of 3, which is the correct option. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? Okay, we are done with the lesson. Let's just move on to next lesson. So the next lesson is a table for a function graph. Correct option. Let's just start with the test questions. Use the graph of function to complete the table. Okay, you have to see what is the value of, like, when x equals 8, what is the value of y, right? So here is x equals 8. Just look at this point. When x equals 8, y equals 1, right? So option number 1 is not the correct one. Option number 2 is the correct option. When x equals 8, y equals 1. Got it? Option number 2 is the correct option. Use the graph of the function to complete the table. Okay, you have to, when x equals 1, here 1, y is 0. When x equals 3, here is 3, y equals 4. And when x equals, here is 5, y equals 8. So option number 1 is the correct option, right? You can match these points to the graph. When x equals 1, y is 0, right? When x equals 3, y is 4. You can just match these values to the, when x equals 5, y equals 8. So option is the correct option. Use the graph of the function to complete the table, which is the correct option. Here is the tables. When x is 1, y is 10. When x is 3, y is 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. You just have to match the table of values with the graph, right? If all these values in the table plot on the graph, that means the correct option. This is the correct option. So option number 1 is the correct option. Use the graph of the function to complete the table, which is the correct 1 or 2. Option number 2 is the correct option because you can see here when x is 5, y is 1. Option number 3, 2 is the correct option. Got it?
ऑफेंसिव क्या होता है इसमें लेकिन आप लोग का इंटरेस्ट देख के मुझे बस शौक लगता था कि तुम लोगों ने क्या करना है रूम में हो ना हो इवन टू दुबई इवन यस
Use the graph of the function to complete the table. So, which is the correct option? X is 2, y is 8, x is 3, y is 5, x is 4, y is 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. Use the graph of the function to complete the table. So which is the correct option? Mm, when x equals 1, y is 3. No, this is not the correct option, right? Option number 2 is the correct option. When x is 1, y is 2. When x is 7, y is 4. Option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 8 math. The chapter we were working on is functions. The lessons we have covered today are they are by the nonlinear function, evaluate nonlinear functions, find values by using function graph, complete a table for a function graph. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any dude Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Or either you can join me in the interactive session that will be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. So that's all. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.